A win today would all but confirm promotion, and that makes me a very, very happy man.
Don't wait for me, 'cause I keep breathing fire. I won't wait for you, 'cause you keep telling lies. I keep going high, she keeps going low. At the end of the day, she's gone. But you don't wait for me, 'cause I keep breathing fire. And you keep telling lies.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Outcasts 2 Icons with me, a man very excited about a potential promotion. As always, of course, if you've enjoyed the series up to this point, it's crazy to think we're nearly at the end of Season 6 already. I honestly wonder, predictions, how many seasons do you think we'll do in this save? Because I genuinely think we could get into the 20s, potentially even the 30s with this. That would be mad. As always, of course, if you've enjoyed it up to this point, drop a like. That'd be super duper helpful for the algorithm and all that jazz. Just, tickles YouTube and whatnot. And don't forget, at the end of the video, we will be checking out our former clubs as they continue their European adventure without us. And if you're interested in following leagues around Europe, then the OneFootball app is for you. It is the best football scores app out there. It has all the football news from around Europe and the world at the touch of a button. You can follow your favourite teams to get instant score updates, follow leagues to get score updates from the entire leagues, and many other competitions as well. It has basically every league you could imagine, which in a save like this is pretty important. It has fan voting and all the stats for every match that matters to you. So if you are one of those people who, like me, just enjoy looking at leagues from around the world to see who's winning and where, then this is very much for you. But thank you to OneFootball for sponsoring this video, and you can download the app for free with a link in the top line of the description. Just got to me for thinking, like, where is the weirdest place you've ever watched a YouTube video? I presume it would have to be on your phone at some bizarre occasion, but I'm genuinely curious now. Now, for those of you that might have not seen towards the end of the last episode, I did in fact decide to go for a poll so you guys can decide what we do at the end of this season, since we actually have this opportunity. I won't be able to do this every time due to the recording schedule, but today we actually can do that. So in the link in the description, you will see a straw poll, which is basically going to be, do we stay for one more year if we're promoted to the top flight? Because our contract's up at the end of this season. Or do we move on? And those are the only two choices. Now, I'm leaning towards staying at the moment, just on account of the fact that the club have been so good to us and allowed us to get our 3 coaching badges. If we were to stay, I would not get any more here, because I wouldn't want to progress the coaching badges over the top at this point, so that way our next move isn't like to Dortmund. Do you know what I mean? Not that we would get the Dortmund job, but you know what I mean. So, from my incredibly detailed, scientific, and wonderful mathematical calculations that I've worked out with my brain and ting, we need 4 points from our last 15 matches. 15 matches? 5 matches. 4 out of 15 in terms of points. None obviously won't play through the middle today because we can bring Grekshow back into the team. Grossi will have to start due to suspensions, but that then allows us to bring in Mikhailov, so it ain't the end of the world. Now, that also means I can bring back somebody else that I want to. The question is, who do I even want to at this point? Nandori still ain't quite there. I might bring in Mutavtic for Jurisic at the moment, and Toth is otherwise occupied with another game today because he's obviously a youth player, so I'll bring in Sabados as well. So that should fix things out relatively nicely for today's game. Mikhailov certainly a very good understudy to be able to bring in. Booty and Grossu, the first time they would have played together in the midfield, but I have confidence in them both. I really do want one more goal this season for Bosic, so he can at least get to 20. I thought he could go as far as 25, but he has just, his performances have actually still been good. He's just been more on the assist side than he has on the scoring side lately, so that's fine by me. And Stahl, look at that. Once again, 3 players into double figures. Grekshow's not that far off of it himself either. A win today would all but confirm promotion, and that makes me a very, very happy man. And technically, we actually could go up today regardless, even though we don't technically need the 4 points, because other results could go in our favour as well. It's actually kind of nuts, because I did think that Debrecen would run away with things a little bit more than they have. The issue for them is they've scored a lot of goals, and they've got great firepower coming down from the top flight, but I think their issue has just simply been that they can't keep enough clean sheets and stop other teams from scoring enough, and that's caused them to drop points in weird moments. They're playing against Gyuri today, so not an easy one for them. Who are Guillemot playing? That's the key thing. I didn't actually see it, but hopefully they've got a tough game on their hands that will allow us to hopefully be handed a promotion. Bosic! Oh, that was nearly the 20th goal. For some reason, every time I think of Radovoy, I think of a wizard from Lord of the Rings. I swear there was a wizard whose name was like Radovan or something like that in the Lord of the Rings canon. Lord of the Rings specialists, let me know. Oh, Booty with the ball on the side for Kovacevic, and it's saved by the goalkeeper again, but once again, very good start from us. So Guillemot are actually playing against Jazborenia, so I don't think there's much chance of them dropping points, particularly as they already lead. Oh my god! We also seem to have kind of got away from that whole conceding off of teams only shots thing we were doing for a little while. We were a bit weird in the defence with that for a bit, but we've been much better at that sort of stuff lately, and actually are requiring teams to work harder to score against us. Kovacevic going through, round the side for Bosic! Oh, Radovoy. Well, half-time, and it has been basically all us, but we did just sort of fade away as the half went on a little bit, but still looking good. I'm still confident that we'll get this result in the end, hopefully. Varga clips one long. Fullback should... Actually, he probably won't win that. No, he didn't. Didn't even try to as it goes. Round the side, Mulhair's through, and it's a... Oh, God! Oh, wow. That actually should have been a goal. He's missed that, essentially an open net there. In other good news, though, Jury have equalised against Debrecen. So that will be, at the moment, keeping that gap nice and big. I think it will be still 5 points as things stand, which is kind of what we want. Trying to make sure that we get as big a buffer. Because at the end of the day, in order to get us not in the promotion spots, they'd also have to overtake us and Debrecen. So that's the thing. We've got a bit of a buffer there. Grekshow! Oh, it's in! Grekshow's done it. Bottom corner, Christoph Grekshow. Another assist for Kovacevic as well. But the most important thing there is Christoph Grekshow. It might only be his 8th goal in the league this season. It's been definitely not his best season. Last year, he was definitely better. Even in the small period of games that we managed, he definitely, I think, scored more goals. But the point is, he now at least is into double figures, and that could be a very important goal. That could honestly be a promoting goal at this rate. We would just need 1 point from our remaining 4 games, one of which is against, I think, the bottom club, as things stand, to... Oh, God, Molnar's taking him on here. We need a big save from Monty here. Good... No! Milan Molnar with the finish, and Shiofok have levelled. I thought the defender did well enough, and if anything, I think he actually ends up deflecting that into his own net. That's too easy. Like, our defender has such a head start here, and I don't know what he's doing, but I think there's a little deflection on the shot. And yeah, I'm fairly certain the defender deflects that past the goalkeeper. That's literally his job in the team. And Bernath again here now, bringing it forward for Shiofok, and he might get a chance at a shot. He's gone a bit too wide here. I think we'll be okay. Just hold him up. Don't let him get that cross. Oh, for God's sake. The decision-making on the man. I bet he bought stock in Blockbuster. I swear to God, that is just terrible decision-making. Just stand him up. He's going nowhere. Kellerman now could turn this around, and he doesn't because Christopher Monty pulls out the full Monty there. He's got a cock out and everything. What a brilliant save. That is a terrific stop from Monty that might well be a save that could get us promoted. Due to injuries and suspensions, we've really had very little people that we can bring in to actually affect the game as things stand. Mikhailov, Stahl's header! Just wide. Osvat's ball through. Oh my God, I thought that was going all the way through to Bagayoko at the back post, but it is looking like it's going to be Szeged 1, Shiofok 1, and that's a fair result. If anything, they probably could have edged that towards the end, although the penalty, what a save from Monty. He's definitely prevented that from being worse. We still only need 3 points from our remaining 4 games. That's literally 1 win in 4. There's been no point in this season where we've not won a game in 4 games. So, happy days. We have returned. We went away to Solnoki. 9 minutes in, Osvath on the right-hand side gets the ball, puts it in the box, a bit of a melee, and there's Regan Booty in the 9th minute to slot us 1-0 up with, I think, his 5th goal already. And then on 14 minutes, we essentially put the icing on the cake in many ways. Jeladaris, Bosic with the ball through, Kovacevic on the end for yet another goal for 2-0 Szeged. You love to see it, but we had a scare on, well, coming up towards half-time. As a rare moment of goodness from Solnoki, great ball whipped in here. Keeper could do nothing about the wonderful strike from Kurditz to make it 2-1 to give us a little bit of squeaky bum time. But in the 75th minute, we did the thing. Regan Booty with a gorgeous ball through the middle, and Kovacevic was on the end of it, slots it home, 3-1. And with that win, we were promoted to the top flight, essentially. In fact, the game said we were. I think there was drop points elsewhere. Great performance from everybody. Booty, Kovacevic doing mad things again. And we're up. Great stuff. But we still have the title to think about as we came at home against Haladas, a team that barely concede goals, as well we know. But 5 minutes in, Booty with another phenomenal pass through puts Bosic on the end to score his 20th goal of the season. And on 36 minutes, we were starting to make them look a little bit easy, really. As again, a lovely ball whipped in, Grekshow on the end of it to make it 2-0. I thought, right, this is it. We're going up. We're going up as champions. But in first half stoppage time, there was a goal back for Haladas. Just really nice work on the edge of the box and a lovely, lovely strike to make it 2-1. But then, in the 94th minute of 93, hilariously, but that's just how it goes, the ball was thrashed into the box here, and annoyingly, a 2-2 draw. But in the end, it didn't matter as Debrecen conceded a late goal as well, and they also drew, I think it was 3-3 in their game, and that was enough to see us be crowned champions of the Hungarian second division, despite conceding stoppage time goals in both halves of this match. And we took our newfound champion nature at home to Zalaegerszegi and just thrashed it out. Booty with the ball in, Otto on the end of it, 40 minutes on the clock this time, more great passing on the edge of the area again, just really simple stuff, ball whipped through, Bosic on the end of it, 21 for the season for him now, for 2-0, making them look very, very average, as even before the half had ended, in first half stoppage time this time ourselves, Stahl getting the ball out wide, putting it in there was Kovacevic to slam home, I think his 15th goal of the season, but we weren't done. 56 minutes on the clock this time, Stahl mashes one out to Bosic there, but so many runners in here. Comes across George Nunn for 4-0. And that was all she wrote. Trashing performance, absolutely hammered them, but 4-0 still very, very, harsh on them. I don't think they're as bad as 4-0. They definitely could have scored goals in this game, but what a win. And with that, we're on 83 points, 7 points clear of Debrecen, 13 now points clear of Guillemot. Just after Christmas, we've just hit a different gear that I didn't really know we have, and I've got to say, one of the only changes we've made in that period was Regan Booty. It's just undeniable now. He's been so unbelievably good. We are now up to 45% rep as well as a result of being promoted. I don't know if we'll get any more bumps for winning the league, like actually as champions, but regardless, that is huge for what could happen in the next few seasons. So today we go away to Kazinc Barshika, and honestly, it's just a lovely old time. Deutsch has a slight knock, but actually, can he play? No, he can't. Not really. I think it's unlikely he's going to be able to play here. Mikhailov will come in, but with that in mind now, we are going to have to make some difficult decisions. And I feel like it's going to be... The simplest one is to bring in Grosu for Durasic, because that's just the most sensible one in this position. I mean, I could bring Booty out, but with his performances as of late, it's just hard to really stop him. I'll put Matavcic on the bench instead of Durasic as well. So he can sit out the final game of the season, but that is fine. But, I mean, Regan Booty, you should see his stats breakdown. It's nuts. And I will show you, of course. Let's just jump into this final game of the season and we can chat. These guys are currently bottom of the form standings. We're top of the form standings. It's a match made in heaven that we'll probably end up losing because, hey, we're on the beach at this point, and rightly so. What a season from the lads. This has definitely been the biggest turnaround we've had in this save. Like Vilesta, there was definitely something there, and we turned them from a struggling side into a good side, but we still always were, having a hard-ass battle. And it was the same in Cyprus in many ways. But here, this second half of the season, we've just stretched our legs in a way that I honestly didn't think that we were able to do, and we have been able to do it. I could see myself starting him in the top flight next season, despite what the star ratings say. He just does things, and I just don't understand how he consistently manages to do this every time you put him in the team. I was really on the fence about whether he deserved a place this time around, and hence why I didn't start him for the whole first half of the season. Oldal's through. Is this to be 1-0 for Kazinc Barshika? No, it's not. It's a great first touch, actually, to get beyond the defender. He's got to cross him. We've got bodies forward now. I forgot to put Greksho back in the team. He was injured for the last game, so he was on the bench. So we're going to give George Nunn a little run through the middle here. He did manage to score against Zalega, so he's definitely shown me a something there. But I do wonder if the striker role could be an area that we would invest money in the summer, were we to be at the club next season. P-Push, former player of ours, of course. Ball through. Oldal's header, and that's in. Kazinc Barshika have taken the lead through Tibor Oldal. I remember him scoring against us earlier this season as well, and I just don't think the lads are super bothered at the moment. I would like them to show a bit of fight, though. Wouldn't be nice to lose this game here, to be honest, particularly with how well we played against Zalega, but I guess that's part... Oh, that's a shocking tackle from Silas, and he's got to go for that. That is an absolutely disgusting foul. Tamas Silas is gone. We're going straight to the other tactic. We're turning off the pass into space part of it, though, but everything else we're going to go with. The high pressure, really try and blast through them for the rest of this game. We should have the quality to do it, particularly now with more space on the pitch. Kovacevic! What a save. I want to see us turn this game around. I feel like this is perfectly placed now for us to turn this into a good win in the end, but it's going to be a nice little bit of see how much, fight the guys have got left in them as George Nunn is through. And it's a really poor effort on goal from Nunny. All the way through for Stahl. There's runs for days. Booty's one of them. Osvald again. Whips it through. Bosic! And it's another good stop from Kovacs. And still more highlights towards the end of this first half. We've been brilliant since the red card ball in. And it's Otto! And it's cleared away again. I honestly don't know how we haven't found an equaliser before half-time, but surely if it carries on like this, it's going to come and as the ball trickles wide again. Osvalds another ball in, and Otto this time off the crossbar, and Nunn puts in the rebound. We've had 3 successive corners right there that we could have scored from. George Nunn's on the end of it. Otto's header hits the crossbar, and we are level by half-time. Bearing in mind, we're now going to be into the 4th minute of stoppage time in the first half of 1 minute. Nunn, with the easiest goal he'll score all season, gives us an equaliser, and now we must kick on in the second half. And there's half-time. Look at this. Look at the end of the first half. We certainly took control of the game, you could say, around about that sort of point, didn't we? Christ. Right, let's see what we can do. Come on, lads. Champions win games like this. They dig deep. Our man advantage is really starting to show in how much space they're giving the likes of Osvad. There is George Nunn's header is well saved. In the middle for Regan Booty. The overlap is there. Booty might go alone here. No, it goes back for Stahl. He could get the return ball, though. No, he doesn't, but the pressure remains. We have to win this. The domination we've shown since the red card is exactly what I want to see from us. We've just been unable to score. And ball through, and cleared again. Osvat, Booty, Stahl again. Booty's made a lovely little run. He's got the ball back. Drops it through for Stahl. Lovely ball around the side for Greksho, and it's in the back of the net, and it's Christoph Greksho off the bench to score his 12th goal of the season, and I don't think we could argue that it's not been coming since we had the man advantage. We've really, really had to work for it in this game, but the chance creation's been right there. Booty just makes himself available, picks out a lovely little pass in behind. That's a great ball from Regan Booty. Lovely little shuffle around the side for Stahl. And Grekshow pops home his goal. He slammed it, you might say. Except he didn't really. I think in the end, we have deserved the win on the night and have played very, very well. Oh, come on. Because of course. Because of course. I'm glad this game doesn't matter, because I would be livid otherwise. It's just the most predictable thing in it. We worked so unbelievably hard to get ourselves back in front, and then you just concede a goal like that, and you're like, what is the point? But at least the lads put the effort in to really try and push ourselves back into this game. And the 10 men have literally, I don't think, had a shot since they went down to 10 men. Oh, that's not true. They have. Just a couple of little pop shots. But what can you do, eh? We had our chances. There were plenty in that game. We just needed to do better with taking them. I can't believe we've not won that game. So there we have it. Our first full season in the Hungarian second division comes to a close. 4 defeats is the key now. We won a lot of games. We did the job. Won the league by 7 points in the end and actually survived the promotion battle. 14 points was the gap. The teams just kept falling over themselves in the end, it seemed, and none of them could really decide who was going to take the promotion push. I mean, honestly, some of the teams that are up towards the top in the early days, that's a hell of a fall off. And also, Ivancha stayed up. That's mad. They barely won a game for the first God knows how long at the start of this season, and they've managed to stay up. Credit to them. Vileshna had a better season. Undeniable. They're not technically done yet, or are they? I'm not sure if they've actually finished their season yet. I can't remember how many games there were. It might have been 27, but yeah, it is 27. So they could still finish. No, they're basically guaranteed 4th spot in the league, which is actually very, very good. Vileza Rimi as well with the win. Fair one. Over at Ermis, and yet again, I mean, they've actually had a better season this year. That's insane. I did not expect... I swear I looked really early in this season, and they were struggling. Must have been very, very early in the season, in fairness. They've been very, very comfortably mid-table for the entire year. And also, to add to that, Christodoulos Christou, still at the club, has signed a contract extension, it would seem, 2029 now, 13 caps and 2 goals for Cyprus. What a god. Love to see it. And just taking a little look at our personal sort of stats page, if you like. So Bosic obviously top scorer with 21 goals. I'm just going to sort it by XG, actually, because it gives us an interesting idea there. You can see that Bosic and Stahl very, very closely matched. Bosic has massively overperformed his XG this season, like by an insane amount. Grekshow was kind of on point, really, and I'm happy. 12 goals isn't bad for the lad. I think that, you know, perhaps maybe he could have done a tiny little bit better, but you can see Stahl as well. Now, obviously, he did score penalties for us, but still, 15 goals from right-sided midfield is phenomenal. Kovacevic as well, extremely good. 15 goals for him this season. George Nunn, considering the sheer number of games that George Nunn played compared to Christoph Grekshow, look at the amount of goal-scoring opportunities he found himself in over that period to generate that. When you actually look at how often he played, 650 minutes compared to 3,000 minutes. Like, he played about 6 times less, let's say 5 times less. I mean, obviously extrapolating is kind of difficult here, but it makes you think that George Nunn maybe could have been ridiculous. And that does make you think that perhaps a striking option in the summer, were we to stay, would be something to consider, though. Because I feel like Nunn has definitely got into good positions. I feel like Booty has just done things. Tackles won. Booty's been all over the shop as far as tackles won. He's been great. Cross completion, obviously, he takes some of those crosses, so he takes set pieces, so that's not entirely fair. But he assists more. He scores. He's got more XG. I mean, look at that. He shoots more as well. And when he does shoot, he hits the target more. So that might also be another factor as to the reason that Regan Booty's been much better. I mean, I'm not even entirely opposed to playing Regan Booty through that position again next season if we were here. It's crazy. Nandori, obviously, did score a few goals before he got that injury. I mean, who knows what could have been there as well. Oh, no, 23k, but I think some players will potentially leave because contracts are expiring. Finally getting rid of some of the remaining dead weight. So, yeah, it'll be up to you guys to decide where we are next season. Are we going to be back in Hungary for one last year at Sega to see if we can keep them in the top flight? And I feel like we've got a good chance of doing it, but it will be very, very difficult and a very different environment to what we're used to. Or do we say, well done, lads, but we're going to move on to something new? Those are for you to decide. So link to the poll in the description. I will be very interested to see what happens on Monday morning when I go and check that. So if you've enjoyed this season, and I really hope you have, I mean, we've done pretty bloody well for the most part. We only lost 1 game after Christmas, and it was that mad one against Pekshi. So pretty happy with that. Obviously, so if you've enjoyed it, drop a like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. That'd be sick too. I stream on Twitch Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays. Go follow there as well, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for... it could be a job hunt. It could be transfer window. It could be... I don't know. Option C, delete the save. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Hold your gun. Capybara. Bye-bye.